Hello again, YouTubers. Happy Labor Day once again. Whenever this video gets published, this is my stacking videos day. So I thought I would give, as you can see, these are sandpapers. I touched on my rubbing compound and polishing compound. And I actually made another. This is my most recent. I'm going to call this a reloading reminder. So this was a not paying attention enough when I went to seat / crimp, same process. So that is a live primer, and as you can see, that bullet is kind of embedded. This was again years ago, and I keep it on my bench as a reminder. I'll call that a pay attention reminder. I wasn't going to do anything with this one because this one is kind of okay. This one again, well, I might do something because of the bottom, but for right now it's okay. And this one has these two have very similar bottoms in that they're a little cupped, whereas this one is flat-ish because I used more resin. This one though, however, because of the mold, I used a new mold. That's why you do not see these lines in this one. So I thought I was going to leave this alone until I did some experimenting with, I don't even see it on the bench right now, or it's not in front of me. Actually, I did some experimenting as I showed you here, and that turned out less than good. So I did do some experimenting, and I think I showed you previously with the rubbing compound, this specific rubbing compound, the turtle wax, and I did the bottom. And it turned out nice enough. I mean, I didn't sand it beyond, I think, 1,000. So it turned out nice enough that, let me get these out of the way. It turned out nice enough that I thought I would attempt real time to get rid of those light scuffs. So I'm going to start not with 320, but I'm going to start with 600. And I'm going to see if 600 is enough to take those really light scratches out. And I was kind of hoping it would be, because they were so again so light, and this has been curing for a few weeks. So again, the whole idea behind this is just to get rid of those scratches. Just to get rid of those scratches. And it looks, I've got a t-shirt off to the side here. And it looks like I've gotten rid of some of the scratches. Some of them still remain, so I'm going to guess that was due to how I was holding this. So for those of you who are bored and want to fast forward, I'm sure there's an end product here in a few minutes. Otherwise, stay tuned for more sanding. Probably would have done better to flip it over on a hard surface instead of use a finger. But it's all good. All right, so I'm going to say the marks are gone, the swirls. So that means we're done with 600. Let's jump on over to 1,000. And if this turns out good, which I don't have any reason why it wouldn't, I would then do some of the foobarrs on the sides, which I don't even know where those came from, in all honesty. Okay, so we're going to say that we're done with 1,000. Let's graduate to 1,500. Again, in hindsight, probably should have had a square block instead of my finger, but we're doing this live. This is live learning. Live learning on a Labor Day Monday, a no work Monday, my best kind of Monday. This is what it feels like to be retired Monday. All right. All right, so I'm not unsatisfied with that. I'm not necessarily satisfied with it. But hopefully that's what it will look like in a minute or so. Well, maybe longer than a minute. All right, so we're going to say, let me dry it in the fan. We're going to say that's done. Done in terms of sanding. So let's move all our wonderful grits off to the side. Turn our plastic upside down. The reason I have plastic is because I found that when I set it on the, I mean, this stuff is not hard. I'm guessing it's because it's low end. Cheapy stuff instead of some more expensive stuff. So I'm going to put a little rubbing compound on here. Rubbing compound. Let me find a good spot on the t-shirt. All right, so it doesn't look too bad. Let's take whatever's off the sides. I mean, if that's as worse as it, or if that's the best it gets, this is better than what it was with the scratches. The scratches just bugged me. So I will use my finger. Actually, no, I won't because it's too slippery. Let's... All right, so we have some polishing compound. Let's get another finger on the shirt. Where to wrap. Feel like I'm spit shining a boot. Maybe I should do a video on that. I used to spit shine the hell out of my boots, and they looked good. Actually, I'm going to get a little resistance here. Probably had a little too much paste for this step, but it's okay. All right, one final polish. And I'll say that that is done. Let me see if there's any excess on the sides. Nope. All right, so is it perfect? No, but is it better? Yes. So I'm going to say that is my good enough test. The lines are gone. I could probably do a better job sanding in terms of, is there grain there? As compared to this brand new one, which looks like glass. This doesn't quite look like glass, but this doesn't look bad. It looks better than it was in terms of the lines. So I'm wondering, with a better microfiber cloth, if that would do the trick. So let me throw a little more polish on here, because I do have a microfiber over here. It's a dirty microfiber, so let me try and find a clean corner. Let's see if that that enhances things a little. Again, trying not to heat the resin up by too much friction. Yeah, I'd say that's about the same. So, I will call this a success as compared to, and that's the right way up, as compared to what it was. Can it be better? I'm sure I could probably work on that polish and go even higher with the, I don't have anything higher than 2,000. So I was looking on the Rainforest, and they've got packs of 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, I think 5,000, all the way up to 7,000, which in theory should make this look like glass. But again, it's going in the bench or in the garage on the bench, and it looks better than what it was with the circles, the swirls, the whatever. And like I said, this one, good enough as is. Again, I love the richness, and that's what I would strive for, this depth of richness. But again, still looks cool. So we're going to say our bench reminders. Don't F up your rounds, because if you're not paying attention to reloads, you get your squib. You get between your squibs and your OMFGs inside the chamber that don't want to come out. Lessons learned. So don't take anything for granted. That is it. Have a great Labor Day.